Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, your sanctuary of information on traffic and travel advisory. We're bringing you some positive vibes this beautiful Thursday morning. Vibes that will ginger you to be the best at work and make things much brighter, even as the rains keep pouring on this great day. You're welcome. It's time for us to switch gears and talk about the built environment as a way of getting things right. So every Thursdays from 9:15 through 10 o'clock, your frequency of attraction and passion comes alive with the best in terms of information that will equip you to enable you build right and make things much more beautiful. It is courtesy of the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development, and we're here once again on this journey. You're welcome. Victor Oteri is my name, and it's nice to have you join us at this time. All right, so we've been taking planning permits and building approvals to the districts, and we've transferred so many districts right here in Lagos. Today, we're coming home right here in Ikeja. We'll be talking about how the processes work with your planning permits and how you can get such permits. How many types of permits do we have that you can, pick up for your building facility? And if you have any questions for my guests this morning, you can always feel free to connect with us, and that's on 080-99120777 and 09153877127. A brief break. When we return, it'll be time to begin the conversation.
Lagos Physical Planning Summit is here at the Center of Excellence, where opportunities meet painstaking planning and infrastructural development. A city of estimated 24 million people, a burgeoning commercial and industrial hub. In furtherance of Governor Sanwo-Olu's Themes Plus agenda, the Office of Physical Planning is set to match operative development plans with investment opportunities as it invites stakeholders to her inaugural Lagos Physical Planning Summit. Theme: Rethinking Lagos, a new vision for a regional and integrated megacity. Chief host, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, Governor of Lagos State. Keynote speaker, His Excellency, Mr. Babatunde Fashola, SAN, former Governor of Lagos State. Host, Dr. Oluyinka Olumide, Commissioner for Physical Planning and Urban Development. Date, Tuesday 15th to Wednesday 16th October 2024. Venue, Eco Hotels and Suites, Victoria Island, Lagos. Time, 8:30 a.m. daily for Sustainable Lagos. Announcer, Lagos State Government.
Dear Lagosians, the vision of making Lagos a sustainable and resilient state through community regeneration and inclusive physical planning begins with building right. We all have a role to play in achieving this vision in line with the Lagos State Urban and Regional Planning and Development Law of 2019 as amended. Do you know that before buying a land or building on it, you must check for the permissible use from the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development? Do you know that you must obtain a planning permit and authorization to commence the construction of your building? Do you also know that you require state certification and certificate of completion for building construction in Lagos State? Estate developers must obtain layout approval before developing their estates and obtain full planning permit after the expiration of a provisional planning permit. Dear Lagosians, do not carry out unapproved renovation, remodeling or demolition. Do not break the seal on an enforced property. Do not obtain fake planning permits, and do not abandon uncompleted buildings. Do not break the law. Build right in accordance with the state operative development plans. Let's work together to make Lagos a sustainable smart city of choice. For more information, download the Lagos State MPP UD app on Google Play Store and Apple Store. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó, Àjùmọ̀ṣe Announcer, Lagos State Government.
As cities expand, the challenges of urbanization become more pressing. Then, the vital role of all stakeholders, particularly young people, in shaping livable, organized and sustainable physical environment is imperative. As a front runner in promoting a sustainable built environment, the Lagos State Government, through the Office of Physical Planning in the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development, joins the rest of the world to commemorate the 2024 World Habitat Day with the theme Engaging Youth to Create a Better Urban Future. Date, Monday 7th October 2024. Venue, Adeyemi Bero Auditorium, the Secretariat, Alausa Ikeja. Time, 10 a.m. Chief host, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, Governor of Lagos State. Host, Dr. Oluyinka Abiodun Olumide, Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development. Guest speaker, Honorable Omolara Oyekon Olumegbon. Announcer, Lagos State Government.
Dear Lagosians, the vision of making Lagos a sustainable and resilient state through community regeneration and inclusive physical planning begins with building right. We all have a role to play in achieving this vision in line with the Lagos State Urban and Regional Planning and Development Law of 2019 as amended. Do you know that before buying a land or building on it, you must check for the permissible use from the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development? Do you know that you must obtain a planning permit and authorization to commence the construction of your building? Do you also know that you require state certification and certificate of completion for building construction in Lagos State? Estate developers must obtain layout approval before developing their estate and obtain full planning permit after the expiration of a provisional planning permit. Their Lagosians, do not carry out unapproved renovation, remodeling or demolition. Do not break the seal on an enforced property. Do not obtain fake planning permits and do not abandon uncompleted buildings. Do not break the law. Build right in accordance with the state operative development plans. Let's work together to make Lagos a sustainable smart city of choice. For more information, download the Lagos State MPP UD app on Google Play Store and Apple Store. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó Àjùmọ̀ṣe ni. Announcer, Lagos State Government.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. We're back on the block, and of course, we're ready, even though it's a very wet one this Thursday morning. But we're here to track all the information that you need. Our live cameras are still very prompt, supply the infos. Most of the areas looking good, but Alakbare is slow right now. Those of you coming in from Chinatown, connecting Alakbare, slow and steady. That's the situation. Nothing unusual. Pedestrian crossing within that location. Beyond that point, it gets much better. Mushin corridor, we can tell you, Bolade heading towards Kappa, appreciably good as we speak right now, and then Kappa connecting Olorunshogo as well as Challenge down to Juoye, looking pretty good. While Isolo Road is that's to Juoye is good. Isolo Road down to Daleko Bridge, in and out, appreciably good as well. And then we can tell you Juoye connecting Olusha down to Moshlashi, appreciably good too. So that's what you'll find if you are within that corridor. We've given you the report around Mashaguda, which is Sulere, also looking good, even though we have rains there. Ikoyi or Balinde as well. We've seen some flash floods within that corridor, so you need to transverse that area with some caution. Eco Bridge, inward Akpongbon, slow too. Flash floods within Ofin Canal, responsible for the slowness. And so we're saying, please drive with care within that corridor. And then Okpabi Link, presently enjoying very free flow traffic along Awolowo Way, inward Ikeja, and the return from Ikeja back to Allen intersection, also looking good. Okay then, so we've done some house cleaning. Let's focus the conversation this morning on the built environment. So we're looking, or perhaps we're talking planning permits and building approvals at a glance within district offices. And I'm bringing my guest to the microphone right now. She's a town planner, Bolajoko Enahoro. She's Assistant Director of Town Planning Services with LASPPPA, that's the Lagos State Physical Planning Authority. And she's a district officer representing Ikeja local government. Madam, nice to have you in the building. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
And how are you doing?
I am fine.
How was your journey here?
Very smooth.
I hope you were not drenched by the rain.
No, not at all.
Oh, good. I know you've been here for quite a while, though.
Yes.
All right. So look to your left. You have the white screens, our cameras capturing the road. What do you make of this, by the way?
Okay, I think I can see Kudirat. Okay.
Yeah. Which
Kudirat Abiola Way.
Okay.
It's free.
You can see that place, right?
Yes, it's free. Both sides are free.
All right.
Then I can see Allen Junction.
Okay.
It's a bit okay.
Right.
It's free. The other side, going towards Awolowo Road, is free.
Right.
Then going to Alausa is a bit, is okay.
All right. So you're giving us the update right now. You're giving the listeners the update.
Okay.
So what do you make of this innovation?
The innovation of traffic radio.
Now, these cameras that you see in the
Camera
studio.
is so beautiful. It helps us, when we are moving on the road.
Right.
We listen to it, and it's always helping us to, direct our movement. Yes.
Okay,
so
then.
It's a bit okay.
Wonderful. So let's kickstart this session by checking up on the amnesty program for planning permits, approvals, and of course, completed buildings in Lagos. So how is that initiative? How is it faring in Ikeja?
Yes, in Ikeja, it's quite encouraging. It's been good. The response has been very good from the general public.
All right, people are turning up.
Yes, they are really turning up.
Even during this second extended part of the initiative.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we'll be getting good response from the public.
Oh, which is very, very good.
Very good.
So the very big question now on the minds of some keen observers is, why is this necessary? This idea of people with completed buildings without permits having to come to go and get their planning permit. Why is it necessary?
Well, planning permit is a very important document that should be obtained by the general public before embarking on any construction. However, for those who have not done this, the Lagos State Governor, in his magnanimity, granted this opportunity to developers of existing building without approval to obtain their planning permit without payment of statutory fee. Considering the economic recession,
right,
it's going a long way. It will go a long way to relieve people.
So what this means is that for those who turn up at this point, you have your completed buildings.
Yes.
There are some fees that you will not pay.
Yes, the penal fee is exempted.
Wow. It's going to be exempted?
Yes.
Wow, that's big.
Yes, it's big, quite big. Quite big.
Right. So how long is this amnesty expected to last?
Yes, we started the amnesty in May, and it was extended to October.
Okay.
So we are still in October, so people can still grab the opportunity to bring in their as-built, the existing plan,
right,
for regularization.
So by the end of October, this one should end, right? And we're not sure if Mr. Governor will extend it again.
Exactly.
All right. So on a daily basis, do people turn up to your office for?
On daily basis.
Like how many people turn up?
On a daily basis in Ikeja, we have at least 5 in a day.
Wow, that turn up to come and rectify.
Yes.
Wow.
Daily basis, even more than 5.
This is beautiful.
Very
now,
beautiful.
for those who are just getting to know about this information, what are the requirements for them to benefit from this amnesty program?
The requirement to benefit.
Yes. Now, for those who are just getting to know that, well, Mr. Governor has given this window until October 31st, what are they supposed to do?
Yes, they're supposed to bring in their documents that is related to the existing structure, as in the architectural drawings and all required documents that will enable us to process and grant them approval.
Okay, architectural drawings,
survey plan, their title documents. The architectural drawing should be the way the building is on the site. As built, we call it as built drawing.
Right.
As the existing, you replicate it the way it is on site on your architectural drawing.
All right.
Then the survey plan, the title document, the survey plan. There are other things. Of course, tax clearance is inevitable.
Right.
Then also, we call something LUPA, that is land use planning and analysis reports.
Okay.
That's it.
So does it matter any type of building? If I have like a 4-story building that has been completed,
matter.
It doesn't matter.
Any type of building
any
you
type.
have.
Oh, okay. So once I'm able to present all this.
Yes, you are covered within this particular period. You are covered. Any type of building you have, you bring it in.
Wonderful.
Yes.
And does it matter the year? Let's assume this building has been in existence since 1960 or 65.
Yes. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because we have something we call non-destructive test.
Okay, that would have
that will be conducted on the building to ascertain the fitness, the structural stability of the building before we accept it.
All right.
Because if it's not structurally sound, we cannot accept it.
Okay then. So you heard from her. Now that you are getting to know this, please, if you have not been able to benefit from this, the Lagos State government has extended up till October 31st for you to correct all of this. If you don't have a planning permit approval for that completed building that you have out there, please take advantage of this window and go out there to get it corrected. All right, then, so Town Planner Bolajoko and Enahoro, let's get to what you do. So as a district officer for Ikeja local government, what are your responsibilities?
All right, my responsibilities are granting of approval, planning permits, then resolution of petition received from the public. Also, we engaged with stakeholders within Ikeja jurisdiction on the importance. We educate them on the importance of planning permits. And from time to time, we also move around to ensure compliance with approval granted. So those are my
those are your major responsibilities.
Major responsibilities.
All right. So a lot of times we hear Ikeja, we stay in Ikeja, but some of us don't really know Ikeja. So for those who are listening to us this morning, take us through the communities that fall under your jurisdiction.
Okay, the communities under my jurisdictions are Ikeja GRA, Maryland to Wasimi inward.
Okay.
We have Okpebi, Allen Avenue and inward. Towing Street.
Okay.
We have Awolowo Road.
Right.
Both sides. We also have Obakran towards Adeni Jones Ikeja.
Okay.
Also Oregon is part of our jurisdiction.
Right.
And also a bit of Ojota area, Ikorodu Road.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You extend to that corridor too.
Yes.
What about areas like Aromire?
Yes, Aromire.
Areas like
Aromire.
Acme.
No, Acme is not under my jurisdiction. That is another jurisdiction. Yes, Aromire, Adeni Jones,
right.
Obakran.
All those areas are
those areas. Yes, towards a bit of Guinness.
Okay.
Guinness side. Yes, the industrial area.
Right.
It's also under my jurisdiction.
Let's talk about this area too that we are. Latif Jakonde. Is that also part of?
No. It's not under Ikeja. Yes, sir.
No, and even Secretariat?
Yes, Secretariat is under Ikeja. Secretariat towards 7 Up.
Right.
Back to Ojota.
Okay. These are all communities that fall under your...
Yes.
Oh. All right, then Ikeja is big.
Yes.
All right. So let's come to some of your direct responsibilities, which is the issuance of permits.
Okay.
How many types of permits do we have under LASPPPA?
Okay, for new developments, we have 2 types of permits. We have provisional permits, and we also have full permits.
Okay.
Then also we have renovation permits. We also have fencing permits. We have revalidation of old approval. That is whereby you have received your approval,
right.
And in the space of 2 years, you've not been able to develop. So the approval is counted as null and void. So there's need for you to bring it back for revalidation.
Right.
So that's another.
I'm just looking through all these communities which you mentioned now. Ikeja. Okay. Ikeja is fully developed and it has been developed for years. So do we still have new areas that are coming up within this?
Yes, we have a bit of new areas. Like, take for instance, the end of Allen, the back of Allen.
Okay.
It's just coming up.
Okay, you have small communities there.
Yes.
Wow.
Back of Allen.
There are new buildings that are coming up there?
Yes, new buildings coming up. Back of Allen, Okpebi, and Okpebi. That is basically the new areas.
So there are lands in Ikeja?
Yes.
I thought all lands have been occupied in Ikeja.
No.
You mean it?
Yes.
All right. So, but a lot of times what you have are people that buy structures. And then they demolish
and rebuild.
Okay.
Yes, to pay for new.
So in that kind of in an instance, what do you do if I buy an old structure today, and I want to turn it to something else? What are the things I'm supposed to do?
Okay, first thing you're supposed to do is if you have an old structure on the property, you are to obtain demolition permit.
Okay.
So
before you even demolish
at all, demolition without demolition permit is
against the law.
It's against the law. It's against the law. So once that one is done, you now bring in your bidding plan proposal.
Okay.
Your architectural design with your survey plan, then we chart it to know that your intention conforms with the operative development plan for that particular area. So once that one is done, then you bring in all other documents to enable us to process the approval.
So is it possible that I buy a property, an old property, and perhaps that property doesn't meet up with the operative development plan? In that kind of a circumstance, what happens? Are you going to deny me from continuing with the building, or what happens?
Well, if it doesn't meet up, yes. In the first place, you're not even supposed to embark on any construction without planning permits. So first thing is, if you have such a case, of course you discontinue.
Okay.
You discontinue with such because we would like to follow the operative development plan.
Right.
To the letter.
Right. So it must be followed.
It must be followed.
It doesn't matter whose ox is God.
No, it doesn't matter.
Because sometimes
nobody is above the law.
we have people that will say, look, no matter what you say, I'm going to do this. Because
nobody is above the law. If you do that, you'll be sanctioned, heavily sanctioned.
Right. Okay, so what are the processes that are involved in getting all this? Now, you mentioned some permits earlier on, renovation permit. What other types of permits again?
You have revalidation.
Right.
You have fencing permits. We have also as-built permits for existing building.
I'm curious with the renovation permit that you mentioned. What are the kind of things that would require a renovation permit? Okay,
for renovation permit, the first thing you do is write an application letter to the general manager, LASPPPA.
No, I know, but before we write, what are the things that will require? What part of, for instance, if I want to do a painting in my house, is that renovation?
Painting is not renovation.
It's not renovation. Tiling.
Tiling is renovation.
It's renovation.
You have to state in the application in the application letter that you'll be writing to the GM.
Right.
You will state the scope of work, what you intend to do, like changing of windows, changing of the doors, tiling, changing of roof.
Okay, so if I'm going to change any of the doors in my house, is that part of renovation?
It's part of renovation.
So I need to apply?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Do people apply for that?
Yes, they do.
This is interesting. All right. So in all of this, what are the processes that are involved if I'm going to do all of that?
If you are going to do that, you write a letter of application to the GM stating the scope of work, like I said. Then you bring in your approval if you have, and if you do not have, you bring in your new plan, new proposal. Then your survey plan is also required, and payment of statutory fee, the receipt of payment.
Right.
And we visit the site, look at it, and.
How long does it take to get this plan?
Renovation permit.
Approval.
Renovation permit within 5 days, you have that.
Oh, 5 days.
All things being equal, if you have all the required documents, 5 days.
All right. But if it's a planning permit?
If it's a planning permit, it's 10 working days.
10 working days.
That is if all required documents, are provided.
Are there reasons why you could deny me any of this?
Yes. Reasons for denial of planning permits. Number one, if you apply with false documents.
Oh, okay.
Yes, false documents.
There are ways you can find out?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
There are ways. Then also, if your intention is not in tandem with the operative development plan.
Right.
Like if, for instance, where you intend to put your commercial development is strictly meant for residential.
Right.
We can't allow that.
You mean you guys follow that strictly?
Yes.
Strictly. What about those that are building, somebody buys a piece of land or acquires a property, demolishes it, and then puts something like a supermart or perhaps a filling station or a gas station within their location? Do you guys do anything in terms of denying that person to say, look, you are not confronting to the operative development plan? For
every law, there is a sanction if you violate the law.
Okay.
So once that one is done, you violate the law. Of course, there will be a heavy penalty for that. As in, you'll be sanctioned. It can be sealed up. It can be removed. It can be removed, but that is not under our purview. It's for LASPPPA.
Oh, okay. LASPPPA, yes. They are the one that will do that. All right. Then Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, planning permit at a glance, looking at the district levels. And today we're coming home. We are right here at Ikeja, and we are talking about the processes that are involved in you getting a planning permit. And joining me on the program this morning, I have town planner Bolajoko Enahoro. She's a town planner with LASPPPA, that's Lagos State Physical Planning Permit Authority, and we are we're looking at her district and looking at what she does. We're going to take a short break right now. When we return, more updates will come your way. The rains have been pouring, and of course we'll be giving you an update. But if you have any questions for Town Planner Bolajoko this morning, feel free to connect with us. That'll be on 08099120777 and 09153877127.
Lagos Physical Planning Summit is here at the Center of Excellence, where opportunities meet painstaking planning and infrastructural development. A city of estimated 24 million people, a burgeoning commercial and industrial hub. In furtherance of Governor Sanwo-Olu's Themes Plus agenda, the Office of Physical Planning is said to match operative development plans with investment opportunities as it invites stakeholders to her inaugural Lagos Physical Planning Summit. Theme: Rethinking Lagos, a new vision for a regional and integrated megacity. Chief host, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, Governor of Lagos State. Keynote speaker, His Excellency, Mr. Babatunde Fashola, SAN, former Governor of Lagos State. Host, Dr. Oluyinka Olumide, Commissioner for Physical Planning and Urban Development. Date, Tuesday 15th to Wednesday 16th October 2024. Venue, Eco Hotels and Suites, Victoria Island, Lagos. Time, 8:30 a.m. daily. For sustainable Lagos. Announcer, Lagos State Government.
Dear Lagosians, the vision of making Lagos a sustainable and resilient state through community regeneration and inclusive physical planning begins with building right. We all have a role to play in achieving this vision in line with the Lagos State Urban and Regional Planning and Development Law of 2019 as amended. Do you know that before buying a land or building on it, you must check for the permissible use from the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development? Do you know that you must obtain a planning permit and authorization to commence the construction of your building? Do you also know that you require state certification and certificate of completion for building construction in Lagos State? Estate developers must obtain layout approval before developing their estates and obtain full planning permit after the expiration of a provisional planning permit. Their Lagosians, do not carry out unapproved renovation, remodeling or demolition. Do not break the seal on an enforced property. Do not obtain fake planning permits and do not abandon uncompleted buildings. Do not break the law. Build right in accordance with the state operative development plans. Let's work together to make Lagos a sustainable smart city of choice. For more information, download the Lagos State MPP UD app on Google Play Store and Apple Store. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó Àjùmọ̀ṣe ni. Announcer, Lagos State Government.
As cities expand, the challenges of urbanization become more pressing. Then, the vital role of all stakeholders, particularly young people, in shaping livable, organized and sustainable physical environment is imperative. As a front-runner in promoting a sustainable built environment, the Lagos State Government, through the Office of Physical Planning in the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development, joins the rest of the world to commemorate the 2024 World Habitat Day with the theme Engaging Youth to Create a Better Urban Future. Date, Monday 7th October 2024. Venue, Adeyemi Bero Auditorium, The Secretariat, Alausa Ikeja. Time, 10 a.m. Chief host, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, Governor of Lagos State. Host, Dr. Oluyinka Abiodun Olumide, Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development. Guest speaker, Honorable Omolara Oyekon Olumegbon. Announcer, Lagos State Government.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Build Right is the program, and I see her with me in the studios this morning, Town Planner Bolajoko Enahoro. She's, of course, the District Officer for Ikeja Local Government, and we're looking at planning permits at a glance using Ikeja District Office as a reference point. All right, so back to the roads. I understand there is a corpse at Kola bus stop inwards Abulegba. Attention of SEMO is needed for evacuation. So let's take note of that. Kola bus stop inwards Abulegba. Cops on the road there. That requires the attention of SEMO right now. All right, a quick update from CBD Marina. I understand we're receiving with high influx of traffic movement from Obalende Bridge proceeding towards Victoria Island. This is due to the morning rush as well as, of course, the rains too. We have traffic managers on ground doing the needful within that particular corridor. So take note of that as we drive through that end. Let's take you through the Apapa end quickly. I understand traffic from Maltuoke inwards Otto Wharf down to Sunrise as well as Coconut. No major worries at the moment. Things are still looking good. First gate, second gate, Tinkan Island, Liverpool, underneath the bridge, in and out, Waterside, back to Liverpool, all looking good at this time. Encouraging movement as well continues down to Glaxo, and from there, linking up with Niger as well as Mr. Biggs, all looking pretty good. But we have tankers that are queuing up by the right side, okay? So you need to take note of that one. They are trying to negotiate into the depot there, but no major worries driving through that end. Okay, so we'll be serving you more helpings as they come in from time to time. But let's get back to the conversation. If you have any questions for my guest this morning, feel free. 08099120777. That's 080991207777. You can also try 091-5387-7127. That's 091-5387-7127. All right, so let's reiterate this. Town planner Bolajoko Enahoro. How long does it take once again to get any of your permits?
10 working days.
10 working days. That's for the planning permit.
10 working days.
All right.
Yes. If all documents are
presented.
Presented.
All right. So if I buy a piece of land with the intention of using it for a supermarket, for instance, or perhaps a mini mall, at what point will I need your services?
At the very inception, from the
inception.
Yes, inception. Okay. So
before I even think of
buying,
before I think of buying, or maybe when I bought the land,
we advise you before you even think of buying that you bring in, you come into the office, let us know, bring in the survey plan, we chart it to know if you can actually use the piece of land for that proposal for the supermarket.
Okay.
Yes.
So I need to get that with you.
Yes.
Before I even proceed.
Yes, sir.
But what if I get to you, I've submitted the planning permit, you've given me the approval. What's the next thing? If I go and start building, if I start building after I collected the permit, is that right?
No.
It's not?
Yes.
What am I supposed to do?
It's not right. After obtaining the approval, you have to proceed to LASPPPA. To make your intention know that you're about to start construction. Then you obtain what we call authorization to commence.
Oh, wow.
So with that, they'll be part of the construction work.
So I get a permit. Next off is to branch to LASPPPA.
And obtain authorization to commence. You notify them so that they can be part of the construction. They can put you through to ensure that whatever you're going to build is in conformity with the approval granted.
Right.
And also, it's structurally sound.
Okay. There's a message here that says, good morning. I recently relocated to Lagos from the north, and I do like to know how long it takes to obtain a planning permit in Lagos. Mohammed is sending that one in. I think you just said for the point of emphasis.
Okay, Mohammed, it takes 10 working days to obtain planning permits. That is, if all required documents are presented.
Okay. All right. Another question here says, good morning, Traffic Radio. Can I start building before the planning permit gets approved? Bidemi.
Okay, Bidemi, you can't start that. By doing that, you are violating the law.
Okay, so if I apply today and the permit is not yet out, I cannot start.
You cannot start.
Even though I've sent in the application.
You can't start.
Why is that? Can
application is not application will be processed, duly processed.
Okay.
And then
can it be denied?
Yes, it can be denied. I said it earlier. It can be denied if you for some major reasons. It can be denied.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's the reason why I cannot start building.
Application leads to either denial or approval.
Right. So yes. I have to wait.
You have to wait for it to be duly processed. Then you have the end result if you have to proceed or not.
All right. This one says, hello, Victor and Bolajoko. Please, what types of developments require a planning permit in Lagos? Thanks. This is coming in from Stanley from Ejigo.
Any development that can be classified as physical development.
Okay.
Building, construction, anything, be it residential, commercial, for institutional, for what have you. You need planning permits for all developments.
Any form of development?
Yes.
Anything that relates to the physical space, you need a planning permit for it. Okay, then thank you so much for this one. This one is good morning. Happy rainy day. How can you say that? Is it happy rainy day? Can I modify an existing building without obtaining a new planning permit? Thanks. You didn't put your name, by the way. Okay.
I would say a big no. It's a no.
It's a no?
Yes.
Why?
Why? Because to remodify, like I said earlier, we spoke about renovation. We have renovation permits. Then also we have some modification that involves structural members of the building, that if you tamper with them, they can cause weakness in the building or collapse of building. So you have to obtain permit if you want to remodify your building.
Right.
Yes.
08099120777. All right. So let's get back to if I lose my planning permit, can it be replaced?
If you lose your planning permit, it can be replaced. Yes. The only thing is that we have an archive where we can confirm if you actually have the planning permit, and once that is done, we can a letter of confirmation will be granted to you, that stating that yes, you actually have the approval, and in the letter of confirmation you have the use you apply for initially, the number of floors, and all the details will be there.
Okay.
And you can also bring in the another drawing for restamping. We call it restamping. So that means you present the way the building is. You present it on the you submit as built drawing. Right. Once your approval is confirmed, then you bring it in with a new drawing. They will restamp it.
Now, if I sell my property, does the planning permit belong to me or the property?
If you sell come again.
If I sell my property and I have a planning permit for it, does the planning permit belong to me? Or does it belong to the property?
It belongs to the property.
It's the property?
Yes.
So I cannot take it.
You can't take it. It's useless.
So I have to give it. I have to give it to the person.
Yes, you have to give it to the person.
Wow.
It's no longer,
It's no longer my own.
It's no longer your own.
It's not a personalized property.
Yes, it's not. It belongs to the property. So whoever that is claiming the properties definitely owns the planning permit.
Right. Okay. Another message here says, "Good morning. Where can I get information about ongoing regulations for my area? I live in Festac." You didn't put your name. I would have loved it if you put your name. So,
okay, we have basically we have district offices in practically all the local governments. So you locate the one within Festac, visit the office, and they will avail you of any information that you need. Yes.
So let's talk about your own office. Where is your own office located in Ikeja?
My office is located within the old secretariat, opposite Police College, along Oba Kinjobi Way, GRA Ikeja.
All right. Okay. Old secretariat, right?
Yes, old secretariat.
All right. So, Town Planner Enahoro, let's begin to take this home this morning. But what are the consequences of proceeding to construct a building without a planning permit?
The consequences are, number one, you may end up getting the property demolished.
Okay.
If it's not in tandem with the model city plan. But if you are still on course, yes, it can be sealed up for the meantime. Then you'll be given a period of time to come in and regularize the property, make submission, then we visit it, make submission, then we grant it approval.
All right. Okay, so how can people get in touch with you? You just said your location now. Old Secretariat, right?
Yes, within the Secretariat.
All right, so what's your advice to the listening public as relates to physical planning permits in Lagos State? What's your advice?
Okay, my advice to the general public is I will advise them to make the most of the opportunity of the amnesty. Let them bring in their applications. We are readily available to grant them the approval, because the amnesty is ending this October. So I'm advising them to seize the opportunity and bring in the application to obtain planning permits.
All right, then. We'll leave it at that for now. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, sir.
All right. I've been speaking with Town Planner Bolajoko Enahoro. She's Assistant Director with LASPPPA, Assistant Director of Town Planning Services with the Lagos State Physical Planning Permit Authority. All right. I hope you've enjoyed this excursion through Ikeja. Like we said, she is the District Officer of Ikeja Local Government under LASPPPA. I must appreciate all of you that have sent in your contributions. We have to go. Mike James has produced the program. program as usual. Maximum thanks to Akinsoya Adetola, Chief Public Affairs Officer with the Ministry. That's our Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development. Sanusi Mukaila is Director of Public Affairs for that ministry as well. And I want to appreciate Abimbola Ume, who is Director of Public Affairs for the Lagos State Physical Planning Permit Authority. Next Thursday, the program makes a return. But till then, do not forget to download the MPPUD app. It's on App Store and, of course, also on Google Play Store. Till then, have a beautiful day. My name is Victor Oteri. Have a great day.